Sean Hannity invited Phil Robertson of Duck Dynasty on his show to discuss radical Islam. Because on Fox News, somebody who's on a show about ducks, a reality show, that person's an expert on foreign policy. Let's watch.
Look, let's cut to the chase here. Let's go back to 5 ideologies of the 20th century. 2 of them are still vibrant. The one we're currently facing, the Islamist, the terrorist, and this political correctism, atheism basically. Look, no Jesus with Hitler, with the Nazis, no Jesus, they wanted to dominate the world, they were famous for murder. The Shintoists came along, no Jesus there, Sean. They were famous for murder. They wanted to conquer the world. Look at the blood that was spilled with those two. Then comes communism. No Jesus with them either, and they wanted to conquer the world, and they slaughtered millions. So you have murder, murder, murder. Then this latest crop pops their head up. It's just an ideology under the guise of a religion. They want to conquer the world. There's no Jesus with them either, and they're famous for murder. And this political correctism, you say, where's the murder with the crowd that rose up that now fill the White House and Hollywood, the entertainment business, all of our institutions like Duke University? You say the people in those, there's no Jesus there. And they've killed about 55 million of their own children over the last 30 years. So I've given you the 5 ideologies. We're still dealing with 2 of them. These materialists, these hedonists, these atheists, agnostics, it just goes on. Idealism, determinism. There's always an ism or a theory that people expound on, Sean, when there is no Jesus.
It seems
myself,
like...
I'm sticking with Jesus myself, man.
Oh, really? I couldn't tell. I thought you were throwing in with Shintoism there for a second. This dunce thinks he's like a sociologist. He's like, you know, Sean, I done broke down the world into a couple different things here. Let me tell you my ideas. So first we got political correctism. Did you just add an ism on the end of something that has no ism? Political correctism, which is basically atheism. Okay, so nobody could be politically correct and be a Christian. Nobody could be politically correct and be a Buddhist. Again, just making it up as he goes along. Then we got Islamism, and then we got Shintoism. Shinto? You just pulled Shinto out of nowhere? By the way, I love how he leaves out Buddhism and Hinduism, and he leaves out... I mean, he breaks it... He acts as if there really are only like 5 or 6 different ideologies in the world. Dude, you're so far off base we can't even discuss. Like, you didn't discuss social democracy. You didn't discuss a bunch of other religious ideologies. You didn't discuss anarchism. Like, he's just a simple-minded fool. He's like, you know, we got Nazism, we got communism, and here's the problem, man. All them other ones, they ain't got no Jesus. And that's why they all are known for murder. Okay, first of all, I didn't know that. All the others are known for murder? Atheism is known for murder? Yeah, when I think Richard Dawkins, I sure do think murder. When I think Christopher Hitchens, I'm like, oh, man, terrible murderer. When I think Shinto, I do not think murder. When I think Shinto, I go, I better take out Google and look up more about Shinto. And also, Hitler was a Christian. Hitler, there are many quotes where Hitler says, I'm doing this for the Lord. The Nazi belt buckles said, God is with us. Now, he was a mix of beliefs because he wasn't just a Christian. He also believed in what's called German mysticism, which is essentially folklore, fairy tales about how the Aryan Germanic people ruled the world at one time in the past. So he was a mix of beliefs, but he did believe in Christianity, and over 90% of Nazi Germany, they were Christian. So this idea, only if they had Jesus, well, they did, and it didn't stop them. In fact, the Catholic Church supported fascism. Crazy stuff. So if you can't tell, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, and he acts like, again, as if, well, America, we never did nothing wrong. We're not known for killing nobody because, hello, we got Jesus. Well, first of all, the state is a secular state. We were founded with freedom of religion, right? The government has to be neutral on the issue of religion. As Thomas Jefferson said, we have a separation of church and state. It is true that 76% of the population describes themselves as Christian, but to the idea that we don't kill people, okay, where have you been post-World War II? There was Vietnam where we killed millions. Like, he just acts like, nah, don't count because we meant well. What the fuck? That's not a fucking counter-argument. Look at Iraq. At least 200,000 civilians dead. Afghanistan, thousands of civilians dead. Our own people have died. We've toppled governments all over the place since World War II. So this guy, in his mind, we the good guys because Jesus, they the bad guys because no Jesus. In every way, his theory is wrong. But he's not done yet. Let's listen to the best part.
The ones of us who are left, all I can say is love God and love your neighbor. Islam will say, submit to Muhammad or we will kill you. That's the difference in the two right there.
Convert or die. Which is, what's amazing to me?
Convert or die. He just said it. That's outrageous. They would say convert or die, and that's what makes them bad people.
I think they are at war with us.
Yep.
Whether we like it or not, I think most people would rather live in peace. Most Americans are just leave us alone, we'll leave you alone. They're not going to leave us alone. They're not going to leave Israel alone. So that leaves us with two options. Do nothing and then get ready for the next attack, and then we'll have a report that says they were at war with us, we weren't at war with them.
In this case, you either have to convert them, which I think is would be next to impossible. I'm not giving up on them, but I'm just saying either convert them or kill them.
Whoops! Looks like you just admitted you're a lot like ISIS.